What's up, Majors? Jaemi Serrano here again. Last time we started talking about trust. Trust in the Lord as our shepherd and what that can look like in our lives through the lens of the 23rd Psalm. We're going to continue today talking about the trust we can have in the dark moments, those moments in which the metaphorical wolves are stalking us and we don't see the way clearly to safety. In verses 4 and 5, David acknowledges that everything in his life is not sunshine and juicy green grass, but he does waver in the trust that he does not waver in the trust that he has in his shepherd, that he will still be there and will not only stay with him, but continue leading him to safety and peace. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. I'm reading from the NIV today, but no matter what version you read, these verses are clear in their descriptive language. There are times of darkness, of danger, but we don't have to be afraid. I love how David takes the one thing he knows intimately, being a shepherd, and uses it to paint this picture for us of what our relationship can look like with the Lord. When I picture the darkest valley David speaks of in verse 4, I picture the gorge, that wadi that Simba is in when Scar sets his plan into motion in Disney's The Lion King. For Simba and for Mufasa, there was no clear path to safety. The one individual who should have been an ally, the one to help in this time of turmoil, Scar, was really an enemy. And not long ago, there was a time that I believed an individual was a friend, that they were for me, but they were really a scar, a wolf in sheep's clothing. And before I realized it, I was in a dark valley. I understood I was in the presence of enemies. While I was shocked and a little rocked, I had a shepherd who was right there, and he led me to a place of safety and of peace. The shepherd's rod and staff have two distinct uses. The rod is protection in times of distress because predators are present. The shepherd uses the rod to drive those predators off. The staff is used for guiding sheep through tricky or dangerous areas or to change the course of a flock. By pressing the staff into the sides of the sheep, he can steer them onto the course he has set. If a sheep wanders, gets off course, or if a lamb is separated from its mother, the shepherd can use the crook at the end of his staff to hook and lift a lamb back to its mother or to gather the wandering sheep back into the fold. So, unlike Mufasa, who was met with claws, and Simba, who had to cower in fear, we can trust that when we are in those valleys or when we are face to face with an enemy, there is a rod that will strike out in our protection and a staff that will lift us to safety and guide us back to those green pastures and calm waters. For me, the rod of protection looked like my job being downsized out of the organization, and my shepherd's staff lifted me from a place of uncertainty and fear onto a path that led me pursuing something I was passionate about and walking in some of the strengths that he'd gifted me with. You may not have faced a valley like this or had enemies to tear you apart, and thank God for that. But when you do find yourself in a place or situation that seems hopeless, or that there are no people that are for you where you are, you have a shepherd who will bring his rod and his staff to bear for you, one of the precious ones in his flock. We'll keep talking about the shepherd's tools next week as we unpack his anointing our heads with oil. Till next time, Majors.